Join us in San Jose, Costa Rica to play the live cage event. 3 $8,000 packages are guaranteed each week on America's Card Room.
What will you do without freedom? Will you fight? Fight against that? No! We will run, and we will live. Aye. Fight and you may die. Run, and you'll live. At least a while. And dying in your beds many years from now, would you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that for one chance, just one chance, to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom?
The second hand of the 9-handed final table. We're under the gun. Blinds are 10,000, 20,000, 20,000 big blind ante, and we look down at ace queen offsuit with 900,000 chips and double average. It's a clear open, 45,000 to go. Action folds to middle position, who shoves all in for 300,000. No other significant short stacks at the table, so he doesn't have too much to risk with payouts. But we go in the tank. He shoved in under 1 second. I mean, it was quick. These type of shoves are usually indicative of hands that are no-brain shoves, like ace-king, pocket tens plus. With ace-queen off, we're not doing great against this range. But as you know, we don't like to fold too much, and we're not risking our tournament life. The advanced implications of us raise folding to a 15 blind shove under the gun will tell the table that we're raising light under the gun. So there is some merit in calling off here, gambling to get the pay jump and to set the tone for the final table. So we put in the call. He shows pocket sevens, pretty light. We're flipping. The flop comes ace, nine, deuce, all diamonds. The turn is the 5 of diamonds, and the river is the queen of clubs. We bust a player. There's now 8 left, and we have just over 1.2 million. With blinds at 12,000, 24,000, 24,000. We're 8-handed. Middle position opens to 55,000. We're in the cutoff with ace, jack, offsuit. Original raiser is second in chips with around 700,000. So we could call, but I'd rather take the lead and put max pressure on him pre and post flop. Get the blinds out of there. So we 3-bet to 3x, 165,000. The blinds fold and action is back to him. If he shoves all in, he has to have a premium, or else he's really putting too much risk on the table to jeopardize his whole stack versus the only guy that can bust him. He folds, we take down the pot, and chip up. We now have approximately 1.4 million 8-handed. Six-handed. Small blind who has 600,000 limps at 15,000, 30,000, 30,000. We're in the big blind with 10-4 offsuit. I don't want to go too much into my general strategies, but I like to raise out of the big blind with a polarized range. So 10-4 isn't very playable post flop, so we make it 100,000 to go. The small blind shoves all in. Didn't expect that. Most people don't plan the limp jam, but I think even less people limp and then jam out of spite or out of frustration. So he was probably planning on doing this, so we're definitely not getting bluffed. We went for it to uncap our range pre and take it down, and this time it didn't work. Aggression pays, but aggression also hurts sometimes. So don't be frustrated if your moves don't work. Stick with the plan, stay aggressive. I chipped up to 1.4 million by being aggressive. So we're not going to stop being aggressive in these spots. We're going to take the initiative and really go for it. Put max pressure on our opponents when we're chip lead with $28,000 up top. Let's get this first place prize for the bankroll challenge. Be a great, great victory. And that Wynn trophy is so sweet. I wouldn't have any other trophy from any other casino. Let's get it. With blinds at 15,000, 30,000, 30,000. Action folds to the small blind. Ace-10 suited versus ace-queen. He shoved to 535K. I called. He says 10 please. 10 on the flop. A 10 hits the turn and he says hold please. So that got him up to 1.1 million and me down to 900K. A few orbits later, this hand happens. I look down at Jack 6 offsuit in the small blind. He had limp shoved on me once before when he had around 20 blinds. Now that we're 30 blinds deep, a little different metagame. So I raise it up 3x to 90,000. He calls. The flop comes Jack 8-5, 2 hearts. Very draw heavy flop for his limp calling range. He checks, I bet 100,000. He makes it 280,000. What's he repping here? I think he would raise pocket 5s or pocket 8s, or possibly limp jam them, so he can discount those from his range. I don't think he'd limp call Jack 5. Jack 8's a small possibility, but we have a Jack, so his range is mainly draws. 6-7, 9-10, Queen 10, heart draws, combo draws. He's the type of player that, wants to bluff the big dog. So we could call, can't really fold top pair, or we can shove and deny all of his equity.
I guess it comes down to a simple choice, really. Get busy living, or get busy dying.
So we shove all in and he snap calls. He shows Jack 8 of clubs. I show my hand and he says, that's a good hand. The turn is the 6, giving me out to the win. But the river is a 7 and we're out of the Wynn $550 tournament. It's 2 a.m., 40 degrees. We cashed for $4,400, 20% sold. Bankroll challenge update is right here.